Buenos dias, my fellow boys and girls. Good morning. Happy Friday. We made it to the weekend. I'm excited. You're excited. It's been a long week coming back from break. I get it. I feel you. But we're going to be continuing with our national park project. So we're getting close to the end here. So we're going to do the Olympic National Park today. Then we got these left. Then we're going to start 3D modeling. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first place in the Olympic National Park in Washington is the picturesque beach dotted with rocks, driftwood, tide pools, offering scheduled whale and seal viewing. This is called Rialto Beach. I don't think, because it's a national park, I'm not sure if they allow you to swim in this beach. I'm not entirely sure, but it's pretty cool. Like, how does this happen? Just big random rock formation, you know? Next place is called the Hole in the Wall. This one is going to go out to Mr. LeMay because there's a place at Lake Winnipesaukee that we're known to hang out near. But to get there, you have to go through the Hole in the Wall location. So there's a rock face with Swiss cheese holes, clefts, and sculpted by ancient volcanic eruptions. Some cool things. So they're called the Hole in the Wall. So it looks like Swiss cheese, apparently. Well, I only see that hole, but there must be smaller holes around. Cool. And your favorite place, the Ho Rain Forest Visitor Center. Complex with visitors info, maps, rainforest exhibits, plus haws, I don't know how to pronounce that properly, popular nature trails nearby. Next is the Hall of Mosses. Wow. Yeah, look, a moose is in this picture. That's a moose, guys. Move for the moose. So it's a lush, atmospheric forest of moss-covered trees, ferns, along with a short loop trail in the Ho Rainforest. I might be pronouncing that name wrong, though. I apologize. But very green, very lush. All those people are looking at the moose. This person's taking a selfie. He must be on the selfie stick. Yep, he kind of looks like Tarzan a little bit. But anyways, you can see in this picture that this tree is completely covered by moss along with this one. Hence the name Hall of Mosses. Next up is Ruby Beach. It's a rocky ocean beach on the Olympic Peninsula, offering bird watching and marine wildlife and scenic views. So it's just another beach, but has all the driftwood just like the other one with those rock formations. A lot different than the beaches around here, right? Like Salisbury and Hampton. Much different. Next is Lake Quinault. So it's a lake surrounded by dense forest. This lake is a popular kayaking and trekking site with a nearby museum, which just based on that hovering we just did in, there's another location here, which is probably the museum, I'd guess. But just a nice lake. Obviously very picturesque. I love to kayak. If you guys are in urban kayaking, I recommend it. I would go down to the boathouse this summer and go kayaking if you can. Remember, go for Jeb. Was it Jeb or Jed? Jed. Next up is the Quanalik Rainforest Trailhead. Oh, so the museum probably, or might be, it's still there. Who knows? So it's an intrepid half-mile nature trail tracing Willoughby Creek through lush terrain and old forest growth. So this looks like something out of like Star Wars again. This lush rainforest. Way different location than our forest we have around here. And this is the Willowberry Creek. Next up, we have the Soul Duck Falls. So it's a nature site with scenic waterfall accessible by a short hike and a wooden bridge. There's the wooden bridge. There's the hiking trail. And here is the waterfall itself. I would not want to fall down that, although it looks like a natural water slide, which there's a couple places up in the White Mountains National Park up in New Hampshire where you can actually go down these natural water slide, which is pretty cool. Next up is Lake Crescent. So it's a glacial mountain lake with a boat launch and hiking trails plus a trout fishing area. For trout fishing, camping, and picnic sites. So if you like to fish, this is a place for you. That water is crystal clear because it's a glacial mountain lake. There's a reasoning why. I think it's because something to do with the property of a glacial mountain lake. Because it wasn't just natural water coming down. It's how the glacier, when it moved, dropped a big chunk of ice. So this is all technically ice water melted from thousands of years ago. I can go into more depth if you have questions about that, but they're really cool. There's our closest glacial lake is it's in Concord. I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but yeah, that's why the water is so clear. Second to last, we have the Maymere Falls. This 90-foot-high waterfall accessed by a short, popular trail through old-growth evergreens and ferns. So that's all moss growing up around, which is really cool. So Maymere Falls. It's pretty much a straight shot down, huh? For the most part. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. 90 foot high, so that's 90 feet. Last but not least, we have Hurricane Ridge. Such a mountainous area offering wintertime skiing and snowboarding facilities, plus summertime hiking trails. Wowza. That's a view right there, folks. Hurricane Ridge. This is going to be on my, oh, there's the ocean over there. This would definitely be a bucket list item for me. Wow. Absolutely incredible. But guys, that is it. I hope you guys have a fantastic Friday. I will see you again on Monday. Adios.
Okay, Gators. I'm going to make a Mexican burrito bowl with pork. Alright. I'm cooking the pork. Over here is rice. And these are peppers and onions I'm also going to put in on top when it's done. So first I'm going to cook the pork all the way through. Again, pork is another meat that you want to be sure that you cook all the way through so you don't get sick. Okay. Make sure you always cook pork all the way through. You don't want any pink. That's cooking. I'm going to add a little bit of this Texas Mexican mix. It's like a barbecue type sauce. Okay. And a little bit of water. Okay, we'll check on the rice. Shut that off. Keep it covered so it stays warm. Okay, so we're going to keep on cooking this until the sauce that's inside, the barbecue sauce, thickens up. Okay, I'll turn it up a little bit. Okay, so remember this is pork, not beef. So you want to cook it all the way through. So I am going to start assembling the plate, what it's going to look like. And I will be back to show you the finished product. All right, so I have the rice, the pork mixture, and here I have some tomatoes and onions diced up, and over here I have peppers and onions. So I put the rice in a bowl. I'm gonna put the pork on top of the rice. Now this would serve 2 people. I'm just making one big bowl, but normally you would split it between two plates. Okay. See, we got that, we got that. And now I'm gonna put veggies. I'll put the veggies on here. Okay, and then let's see. I'm gonna put the tomatoes and onions on. And this is a little bit of salsa mix that you just drizzle over. It's a little spicy. It has like a red pepper in it, so if you like hot and spicy, you'll like this. Okay, just gonna pour it over. And there you go. Okay. Ta-da. Kind of looks the same, right? All right, till next time. See you guys later.
Hey Gators! Well, we made it to the end of another week. So, this week you've been working on your spring character monologue, alright? You have your character profile, you have your character background story, you have your character monologue. Today we're going to bring that character to life. Think about what type of personality your character has, what type of body movements your character has. Is your character based on something real, or is your character completely fictional? If so, you can just make most of it up. But you're going to have to put some personality and you're going to have to put some character traits into your monologue. Alright, so what you're going to be asked to do is you're going to go on to Flipgrid and you are going to record your monologue. Your monologue will be no more than 5 minutes. Alright, it can be 0 to 5 minutes. That's fine, it doesn't have to be long, but you're recording what you wrote. Alright, so we're going to go on to Flipgrid, we're going to record our monologue, and we're going to put some personality into it. Right? For Gus the Grizzly Bear, I think I'm going to make him talk like this. I don't know why, but it's a little bit fun, and it kind of reminds me of being a bear. Alright, so Yeah, the little Chicago accent there, the Bears. All right, so I'm going to go with that. I'm just kind of, having some fun with the voice. I want you guys to do the same thing. Have some fun. Enjoy your character. Put some personality into it. All right, can't wait to see them, Gators. Great job this week.
Hi guys. So today we're going to be doing a special request project. So someone asked me if we could make a drawing using a bunch of dots. So when you use that technique of drawing with a bunch of dots, it's called stippling. So a stippling drawing is made up of just that, a whole bunch of little dots. If you want to create a darker value or a shadow area, you use more dots. If you want to create an area that has a lighter value or it looks lighter, use less dots, lighter value. So when you look at this little raccoon, he's got some darker values here, which is a lot of dots. Then he's got some medium values here that looks sort of grayish, which is just a medium amount of dots. And then we have that lighter value areas where there are a lot less dots. Another thing that looks nice is the contrast of light value, medium value, light value, darker value. Darker value next to a lighter value, creating a lot of contrast, makes the stippling look even nicer, I think. Here's another drawing where an artist has used stippling. Okay, so you want to think about, with your drawing, if you want it to appear to be darker, you have to apply more dots. But you always want to leave a little bit of white, even in your darkest area. You're still using it. It should still look like dots. You're still using the stippling technique. Okay? Here's another one made up of dots. Okay, so the technique is called stippling. You can do it with a pencil, but if you have a marker or a Sharpie pen, it might end up coming out a little bit better. So it's helpful to have some kind of a pen. A black pen works well. So I have this kind of a pen, that kind of a pen, or a Sharpie, or just any kind of marker that you might be able to find. Okay, guys? So I thought what we would do for our stippling project is we could make a little bit of a landscape inside a circle. So here's some examples of stippling drawings, landscapes. So you want to think about what kind of a drawing you want to make. Do you want to have mountains and pine trees? Do you want it to be the beach with palm trees? This is very interesting too. It almost looks like some strange planet. Or maybe it's just the beach. I don't know. Maybe those are sand dunes. Okay. So you want to start thinking about what are you going to make for your landscape. And we will be using that stippling technique to create our design. So what you're going to need to start is a piece of drawing paper. And you can start with a pencil. You need a drawing paper and a pencil. And I'm going to use something to make a circular shape. Okay, so you want to find something that you can trace to make a nice circular shape to start. If you want to make your own circle without tracing anything, you may do that as well. But I find that it comes out a little neater, I think, when I use something to trace. So you want to plan out your design. You can draw it lightly and just kind of sketch out what you want to do first with a pencil. So I do like the look of the mountain range. So I'm just going to draw a little bit first, and then I can erase my pencil line later, because I'm going to use a pencil just to make my sketch, my initial sketch, and then I will erase it after I do all my stippling dots with my Sharpie pen. So you just want to create kind of a simple landscape of some kind. So once you've drawn your sketch with a pencil, you're ready for the next step, which will be to add all those stippling dots to create a variety of values. All right, guys? So go ahead and get started on your first initial sketch, and then we'll work on adding all those stippling dots next time.
Thanks for watching Enrichment TV, Gators. Remember, work hard, be nice, and we'll see you tomorrow.